When you wake up in the morning, your knees have just spent hours in the same position. All night while you were sleeping, the synovial fluid inside your joints, the natural lubricant that keeps your knees moving smoothly, becomes a little thicker, a little slower to move. Your muscles around the knees have been resting too, and they are not ready to take on your full body weight the second your feet touch the floor. Most seniors don't realize this. They hear the alarm, or they see the first light of morning, and their instinct is to sit up, swing their legs off the bed, and stand right away. It's what you've done for decades. But after 60, the rules change. Standing up immediately puts sudden pressure on cold, stiff joints. The cartilage inside your knees, which is already thinner than it used to be, gets compressed before it's ready. That quick load, day after day, creates microstrains in the joint, especially if you already have arthritis or old injuries. Over time, these little strains can add up. The pain you feel when walking to the kitchen isn't always because of aging alone. It can be the result of hundreds of mornings where your knees were forced into action without a warm-up. Think about it. You wouldn't start driving a car in freezing weather without letting the engine run for a minute. Your knees are no different. They need that gentle engine start before the journey of your day. This is where one small habit can make a huge difference. A simple 3-minute morning routine, done before you get out of bed, can keep your knees healthier for years to come. It's not about exercise in the traditional sense. It's about waking up your joints, getting the fluid moving, and preparing the muscles to support you. In this video, we're going to walk through exactly what to do before you stand up. No equipment, no strain, just a few gentle movements that protect your knees from unnecessary wear and tear. But first, let's understand why mornings are such a risky time for knee health. When you sleep, your circulation slows, your body temperature drops slightly, and your joints rest without movement. That stillness is good for recovery, but it also means stiffness is inevitable. By forcing stiff knees to carry your weight immediately, you're asking them to perform without the lubrication and muscle support they need. That's when the damage happens. The good news? It's entirely preventable. And you can start tomorrow morning. You'll be surprised at how such a small change can make walking easier, climbing stairs less painful, and even help you feel more stable throughout the day. When you first open your eyes, you may not think about your knees at all. You notice the light coming in through the window, you hear the faint sounds of the house waking up, and maybe you start planning the day ahead. But as soon as you try to stand, there it is, that dull, familiar stiffness. Sometimes it's just a little tightness, and sometimes it's a sharper ache that makes you pause before taking the first step. This stiffness isn't random. It happens because joints are living structures that depend on movement to stay nourished. Inside every healthy knee is synovial fluid, your body's natural joint oil. When you move, this fluid spreads evenly, reducing friction and cushioning the cartilage. But when you're still for hours, like during sleep, that fluid settles. It becomes more viscous, and the cartilage isn't as ready to take pressure. Add to that the fact that muscles surrounding your knees, the quadriceps in the front of your thigh, the hamstrings in the back, and even the calves, also cool down overnight. They're not contracted, they're not engaged, and they're certainly not ready for sudden strain. If you jump right out of bed, all of these tissues, muscles, ligaments, cartilage, are caught off guard. The sudden shift from complete rest to full load-bearing is what creates those micro-injuries over time. For many seniors, this daily cycle becomes a trap. Stiffness leads to less movement. Less movement leads to weaker muscles. Weaker muscles mean the knees have to work harder. And harder work leads to more pain. It's a downward spiral that's easy to fall into without realizing it's happening. That's why mornings are such a powerful opportunity for change. Those few minutes between waking and standing can either set you up for a day of pain or a day of ease. And the choice is completely in your hands. You don't need to commit to an intense exercise program or spend money on special equipment. You just need to teach your knees to wake up with you. Think of it as greeting your joints in the morning, the same way you might greet a friend. You wouldn't rush up to someone who's just opened their eyes and expect them to run across the room. You'd give them a moment to stretch, to adjust, to feel ready. Your knees deserve that same courtesy. Let's begin before you stand. Stay in bed, lying on your back, and take a deep breath. This isn't just about your knees. It's about telling your whole body, we're about to move. Step 1. Ankle pumps. Start by flexing your feet up and down, moving your ankles as if you're pressing and releasing a pedal. Do this for about 20 to 30 seconds. This gets blood flowing from your feet up toward your knees. Step 2. Knee squeezes. Place a small pillow or rolled towel between your knees. Gently press your knees toward each other for 3 seconds, then release. Repeat 8 to 10 times. This activates the inner thigh muscles, which helps stabilize your knees. Step 3. Heel slides. Slide one heel slowly up toward your hips, bending your knee, then slide it back down. Alternate legs about 8 to 10 times each. This warms the joint through its natural range of motion without pressure. Step 4. Leg extensions. With one leg straight, slowly lift your heel just a few inches off the bed, keeping your knee straight. Hold for 2 seconds, then lower. Do 5 to 8 reps per leg. This wakes up your quadriceps, the muscles that protect the knee when you walk or climb stairs. Step 5. Gentle knee circles. With your heels still resting on the bed, move your knees in small circles. 5 in one direction, 5 in the other. This helps spread synovial fluid evenly inside the joint. This entire sequence takes less than 3 minutes, but its impact can be felt all day. By the time you finish, your knees are no longer cold. Your muscles are switched on, your joints are lubricated, and your balance will feel more secure when you finally stand. The key is consistency. One morning won't change everything, but 30 mornings will. Over time, you may notice less stiffness, fewer wobbly steps in the first hour of your day, and even reduced pain after long periods of sitting. This warm-up is gentle enough to do even if you have arthritis or an old knee injury. Of course, if you have any medical condition that limits movement, check with your doctor before starting. But for most seniors, this is a safe, simple habit that can become as automatic as brushing your teeth. Once your knees are warm, the way you get out of bed still matters. Many seniors unknowingly put extra stress on their joints in the first few seconds of standing. After your warm-up, you want to carry that protection into the act of rising. Here's how. Roll gently onto your side first. Use your arms to help push yourself up into a sitting position, letting your feet dangle off the side of the bed. This position allows your hips and knees to adjust to the idea of holding your weight. Take 1 or 2 deep breaths here. Let the blood flow catch up. When you're ready to stand, place both feet flat on the floor, about hip-width apart. Lean forward slightly so your nose is over your toes. This shifts your weight in the right direction without straining your knees. Press through your heels, using your thigh muscles to lift you, not just your knees. If you have armrests or a stable surface nearby, you can use your arms to assist without pulling yourself up abruptly. Once standing, pause for just a moment before taking your first step. Let your balance settle. This prevents that dizzy, unsteady feeling some people get in the morning, which can lead to a stumble or fall. It may seem slow compared to the way you used to jump out of bed when you were younger. But this slower, more deliberate rise is like putting a safety belt on your joints. You are controlling the load and distributing it evenly between your hips, knees, and ankles. Standing up the right way after a warm-up is like finishing a bridge with a strong foundation. Without it, all the careful preparation you did lying in bed can be undone by one sudden, awkward movement. With it, you begin the day aligned, supported, and stable. And here's an important point. This mindful standing technique doesn't just protect your knees in the morning. You can use it every time you get up from a chair, a couch, or even the toilet. Over the course of a day, that's dozens of chances to protect your joints. Over the course of a year, it's thousands. These small changes stack up into long-term joint health. The hardest part about starting a new habit isn't learning the steps. It's remembering to do it every day until it becomes automatic. In the beginning, you might have mornings where you forget and stand up without thinking. That's normal. What matters is bringing yourself back to the habit as soon as you remember. One way to help is to place a small reminder where you'll see it first thing. It could be a folded towel at the foot of your bed, the same one you use for your knee squeezes. It could be a sticky note on your nightstand that says, "Warm your knees first." These small visual cues work better than relying on willpower alone. Another tip is to link this habit to something you already do every morning. For example, before you reach for your glasses or check your phone, do the 3-minute warm-up. Over time, the brain links the two actions, and you'll start warming up automatically. It's also worth tracking your progress. Keep a small notebook where you jot down how your knees feel each morning after doing the habit. Rate your stiffness on a scale from 1 to 10. After a month, look back. You may be surprised at how your 8s and 9s turn into 3s and 4s. That kind of visible progress keeps motivation alive. And don't underestimate the power of sharing. Tell a friend or family member about your new morning routine. Invite them to try it. If you live with someone, ask them to join you. Mutual encouragement makes it more likely you'll stick to it. The truth is, this habit isn't just about knees. It's about teaching yourself that small, gentle acts of care, done consistently, can create real change in your health. And once you see the benefits in your knees, you might find yourself adding other habits to your morning. A few deep breaths for your lungs, a glass of water for hydration, a quick stretch for your back. It's the start of a healthier, more intentional day. Imagine yourself 6 months from now. You've been doing this habit every morning. The stiffness that once greeted you like an unwelcome guest is now just a faint memory. You get out of bed with more confidence. You feel steady on your feet before you've even taken your first step toward the kitchen. Your walks to the mailbox feel easier. Climbing the porch steps no longer makes you pause halfway. Even long car rides are less punishing because your knees recover faster when you stand. This isn't magic. It's the result of preparing your joints for the day instead of asking them to perform cold. Joint health is not about one big change. It's the accumulation of small, consistent choices. Every morning warm-up adds another layer of protection to your cartilage, another boost to your muscle support, another reminder to your body that you are taking care of it. And your body responds to that care. It's easy to think that pain is an unavoidable part of aging, but pain often comes from habits we can change. Your knees have served you for decades, through work, through family, through travel, through every step you've taken. Now, giving them 3 minutes each morning is the least you can do in return. So tomorrow, when you wake up, pause. Before you rush into the day, give your knees their moment. Pump your ankles. Squeeze that pillow, slide your heels, circle your knees. Then rise slowly, with strength and control. Step into your morning knowing you've already done something powerful for your health. Because saving your knees doesn't take hours. It doesn't take expensive equipment. It doesn't even take leaving your bed. It takes one choice, repeated every day, to start your morning with care. And that choice can make all the difference in how you move, how you feel, and how you live, today, tomorrow, and for many years to come.